I think Sir Isaac Newton was the one who said, change is the only constant. I didn't look this up before starting the video. Maybe I should have. And today I want to talk about change, but also more specifically about the moments in between change, the in-between, the transitionary period, and how uncomfortable it can be, and how we can breathe our way through it. Speaking of, how about we begin with a deep breath collectively? Breathe in, breathe out. I'm Angel. Thank you for joining me today. I wanted to share with you the struggle that I've been experiencing today because, what is this channel for if not sharing of an experience? Ha! Shameless plug, shameless reference. The difference between giving and sharing. If you want to check that out, I talk about that in another video. I'm not making this content because I think I'm a guru or I have all the wisdom in the world. I can fix your problems. Far from it. I really am just a piece of the universe having a very human experience and sharing it with someone else in hopes that through the exchange of information and experience and perspective, another shout out to another video I made, that maybe somehow we can find balance, alignment, and happiness through the shared experience. And I was a bit shaken these past couple of days by, now this is a bit woo-woo, but whatever. I assume is wrong in English. I own who I am. J'assume en français, in French. There was a full moon in Pisces a couple of nights ago. Well, full moons apparently are just more than one night. It's like a time period. So there's a full moon in Pisces happening right now. And since my moon sign is Pisces, I was particularly connected to this full moon in a very deep way. The people who know me, I would share with them experiences, the things that have been happening these past few weeks. I have been full on hocus pocus, bewitched. I dream of Jeannie, even though she's a genie, not a witch, but still. As in, I just think a thought and seconds later it would manifest. And I have many, many examples. I'm not going to share them here. That's for another video if you want to hear about my witch tales. Ooh, that could be the name of my show. Like Dragon Tales. Yeah, no, but there was just a lot of energy shifts in my life. And this full moon was particularly dominant in the energy of unreasonable faith, magic, mystical, the unbelievable happening, and also big career changes. And then there was a big theme of rest. Anyhow, all of this to say, I've been feeling this change and I've been experiencing a lot of changes. It just so happens that the full moon aligned and correlated with me. It's a long story, but basically I find myself uncomfortable in a job that I had presently up until now. And now I'm looking for a new opportunity that better suits me. Romantically as well, I recently scrubbed the board clean. I'm also transitioning into a new phase of opening up to a new experience, which is new and uncomfortable as well. So I want to talk about these transition periods because today I struggled. I will admit, I struggled with being comfortable. Yesterday I was at ease, knowing and connected and aligned, knowing that good things are coming, trusting the universe, trusting my intuition, which is a big theme also of this full moon, and just knowing that, I've been receiving so many messages, very clear messages, as in 3-4 people in a row tell me the same thing. And I'm just like, okay, universe, I get it. I hear you. Thanks. Clear messaging. Love it. Keep it coming. But then our logical brain, our human brain, does this thing where it starts to question everything. You're comfortable and then comes in these little buggers, these little bad thoughts that are just like, you should be doing more right now. You should be worrying a little more. Why are you so comfortable? Then you start noticing where you are and you're like, oh my gosh, I am in the in-between. And the in-between can feel like having your butt in between two chairs. Not the most comfortable position. But obviously the in-between is part of change, right? If you look at anything that involves change, there are stages. Be it the human body, it goes through stages of evolution through a person's lifespan. A flower, plants, A cake goes through stages of being ingredients to something solid and edible and scrumptious. Companies, ideas, creative projects, and even, emotional maturity, intellectual maturity, all of these things grow and shift and change and evolve over time. A dance choreography is all about change, a change in movement, in positions, in poses, in the way the body is frozen in time. Music is alternating between sound and silence. Breathing is breathing in, stopping before you breathe out. Can't really do both at the same time. There is always a pause, an in-between. And if we take the example of walking, when you're in between two steps, let's say you decide to stop. Let's say you're hyper aware of yourself walking and you stop with one foot before it even lands and you stay there, you're going to be extremely uncomfortable. It's not a position or a state of balance. You're going to stumble. You're going to inevitably fall back into some sort of balanced position, some sort of stasis. Our bodies are beautiful like that. When we are not comfortable, when we are not aligned, we are sent signals to move, to change. And you can hold on and you can fight and you can resist as much as you want. The signals aren't likely to stop, but you can ignore them. You can hold on if you want. Eventually, you probably are going to move. Unless you're trying to hold some kind of world record for the most uncomfortable position ever, which for some reason, us humans, we love to do that kind of stuff. I want to believe that life events are like walking. They're fluid, and it's inevitable that you will fall back into a state of balance, that things will unfold, that there is a higher part of you, an invisible component, that there is an immaterial partner in our material world that is in congruence with us and working with us to find that balance, to keep going. But what we tend to do is slow down the process, the evolution, by keeping score constantly, by paying attention to where we are at any given moment. I mean, we don't do that when we're walking. Imagine you were just like, you wouldn't get anywhere very quickly. And if you decide to stay like this and go, oh my God, I'm so uncomfortable, I'm so scared, I don't know what to do next, I don't know where to go next, I'm very uncomfortable. That's kind of what the in-between feels like. We're aware of where we are and we decide to freeze because we're petrified, we're scared, that we don't really know what's coming next. With walking, yes, we're used to it at a certain point. You get used to it by the age of 2. But with life events and change, it's not as obvious to just let things happen and to trust that it'll all make sense, that you are moving forward constantly. It's not always obvious to zoom out and just to let yourself go and not get in your head. So what am I getting at with all of this jibber jabber about change and the in-between and pausing and the discomfort of it? I just had to accept today where I was, breathe. That helped a lot. To just take a moment to completely stand still. It's kind of like if you're running and your feet are getting all wobbly and shaky, it's just stop before you start again. It really helps to stop all momentum, especially thought momentum. Take a nap. That really helps when you're in a spiral, especially a negative loop. Taking a nap is like cutting it off. It's turning the TV off. It's getting off of the bicycle and letting the wheels spin to a standstill, to a halt or a standstill. I don't know which one applies better here. But you don't have to take a nap. You can also do breathing exercises, focusing on your breathing, just getting your mind off of your mind onto something concrete, a distraction of some sorts, having fun in some way, doing some self-care routines, taking a walk. That really helps. A list of gratitude or appreciation. I prefer appreciation lists to gratitude. There's less resistance. And just getting off the topic. It's hard when you're in it, obviously, because the momentum is there and you're just so focused on the discomfort of the in-between. You are in the change. This is what the change looks like. You're not supposed to put your underwear on, your bra on, and stop there and be like, I'm supposed to be dressed. Ugh. You're supposed to keep going. Keep going. Is my message to you. Keep going. Breathe and accept that good things are coming. The unexpected is always around the corner. I'm pretty sure you didn't expect yesterday to be the way it was. The words that came out of your mouth weren't the same. The steps you took weren't the same. You probably walked in some new terrain today. The tasks at hand that you had to accomplish weren't the same. The thoughts in your head weren't the same. So obviously, change is constant. So I encourage you to be open to the unexpected and to welcome it with happy, open arms. I'm gonna try to do that. I'm hoping you'll do that with me. Yas? Yas. So, I'm sorry, Tupac, but when you say, I see no changes, that's just the way it is, and things will never change, you might be looking in the wrong place. There is always change somewhere. Maybe not everywhere at the same time. I mean, come on. Imagine your wall color was constantly changing before your eyes. Imagine everything was changing all the time. No, baby. Little things change. Different times, different spaces, different places, and we love it that way. You know, don't you? Anyhow, that's my 2 cents on the transitionary period and the in-between. Now, if you've come this far in the video and you feel me and you are also in a transitionary period somewhere in your life, romantic, financial, emotional, whatever it may be, drop a chair icon in the comment section. Our butts are in between chairs right now, but that's okay because we're scooting over from one chair to another. So it might be a bit uncomfortable right now because you took a break to breathe and you're kind of like, okay, recharging before I continue the scoot. Pop them chairs in the comment section, but we are going to continue scooting on over to that new chair with the new air and the better view. This was so wonderful. Thank you so much for sharing this moment with me. I'm sending you so much love and appreciation. Like this video if you like what you heard. Subscribe to the channel if you want more content. And buy my book. It's a link in the description box. It's a young adult novel called Lavender Kisses. It's fun. It's cute. That's all I'm going to say. See you in the next video.